Here we are, Corby Town TV. My name's Chuck, this is Michael, and this is Corby Town TV. And we are here to chat about football and stuff.
And the camera's on the ceiling.
It is. So we're looking down on you all. But some people say that we look down on everybody. But that's not true, because we're nice guys. Anyway, this is Corby Town TV. Put the like button on, the subscription button on, the notification button on, and the other one. And, you know, you'll always be made aware of when we're here and podcasting to you.
Don't forget to follow us on all the other social media channels, official ones only, and go to that website because it's a really good place to be.
It is. And there was a mistake on the website this morning.
Was it?
Yeah. Somebody posted the wrong game happening this Saturday and then quickly amended it.
Yes, I did see a notification. Somebody put coals on it.
Yeah, that's not happening. Because this Saturday we're playing
Shepshed.
Yeah, I've got to make sure it's actually pronounced Shepshed. And Shepshed Charterhouse Dynamo.
And we won't be going up that place because it's been played at Steel Park.
Yes, it's her home. So home again, and it is December. So hey, December. Oh, the coldest, most darkest, miserablest month of the year. And we're here, and hopefully it will be over in the next 30 days or so.
Possibly.
Now, Saturday. Should we start with Saturday?
You can.
Oh, you weren't there. So, did you have a good gig? Did you enjoy the
yes, it was absolutely heaving.
Was it?
Absolutely heaving. There was no room there at all. Dark Side of the Wall were amazing, doing classic Pink Floyd stuff from many years ago. They were even playing Pink Floyd from the 60s, unlike many other Pink Floyd bands.
The psychedelic 60s.
Yeah, amazing. Syd Barrett era.
Syd Barrett stuff, yeah. So, yeah, that's where you were Saturday. I was in the cold, attempting to get into Sutton Coldfield Town. And yeah, we were held up at the gate. There was problems apparently with their what's the word, paperwork. But we got in to the game. My name was on the list. There wasn't many Corby Town boardroom attendees there, but there was quite a few fans as they took a bus. Yeah, nice to see the bus there on Connor. Well done, Connor, on his birthday, running a bus to an away game to see the Steelmen. And Corby ran out 2-0 victors.
They did, I saw that.
And you will see that there was an interview with Gary Setchell after the game. There was no video because Michael wasn't there, but you can still listen to the audio. It wasn't the best first half, really, but it could have been different. They had an open goal 2 minutes in. Young man, Hara, missed. Apparently didn't miss. Apparently the penalty was saved. And then they went on to hit the post at the final moment of the end of the half. But 0-0 at half time. Second half, Corby did well, changed things up. Setchell moved big Reece Kelly up front and scores a goal, doesn't he? And then we doubled the scoreline with the very busy, always running around like a not like a headless chicken, like a non-league footballer. He runs around, old Connor Tomlinson, and then scores a goal. So a good victory of the Steelmen on the road. And he had a few choice words to say at the end of the game. Did you look up what the attendance was?
200.
203. And this is a team. I mean, I know we were held up at the gate and you know, for whatever reason, but I always see Sutton Coldfield Town in the Royal Borough of Sutton Coldfield, hence why they're called the Royals, as one of the popular teams, one of the big teams. They're one of the big teams in Birmingham, aren't they? No. But it wasn't really that busy. And the band's gone. You know, they had to have a mariachi band there.
Yes, they did.
And you know, it's just, I don't know what's happened to them. They've lost their way a little bit along the way, but they were sponsored by a well-known pizza chain. And if you go visit TikTok, there is still an offer that you can accept online from them to everybody in Corby if you use that particular pizza chain. I'm not going to give them a name shout because, quite frankly, their pizzas aren't as good as the ones I had in Napoli. So there you go. But it was a good game, and we won away. We've got 3 points, and that's a good thing. And there were a couple of draws in the top 5 as well, which were useful for the team and in the positions in the league. So you didn't really miss much, but you'll be there Saturday.
A victory. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter what happened on that bit of paper. It will say a win, draw, defeat. That's it.
3 points, clean sheet, and Laban, it's got to be said.
After all the save.
Couple of good, decent saves, yeah. So well done. I think it was his mum who filmed that. I don't know. Might have been his.
It was Emma Laban.
Yeah, I don't know, but thanks to her, because I bombed it out on the socials. Now, staying with victories.
Before we go any further, this is an announcement. I'd just like to congratulate Great Britain ladies deaf team in the Deaf Olympics, who picked up a bronze medal in the football. Well done. Claire Stanicliffe, who used to be at Corby, was involved behind the scenes. So well done to all of you. You set out, like you said in the interview when you were here, you wanted to go for a medal. Well, you got one. Bronze medal. Well done.
Well done indeed. So yeah, that was the ladies deaf team, Great Britain deaf team. But staying, there's a victory there. Staying with victories and ladies. See how tenuously I've linked it all together. Ladies team played yesterday, that's Sunday, and won.
They did.
On penners. So 90 minutes, it was 2-2. You've got a bit of coverage you can maybe slip in here. And it went to penalties, and it won 5-4 on penalties versus Higham.
Higham Town.
Yep. So, yeah.
And at the end of this little section, there will be highlights that I've got, and I'm sure Phil will put stuff. Ridiculous red card that allowed Higham to get back in the game with a penalty. I don't know what it was for. I don't even think it was a penalty, but it was, because that's what it says on the official documents. So, yeah.
But yeah, there you go then. So another win for the ladies.
Keeper did make 2 good saves in the penalties.
So yeah, and that's in the cup, isn't it? It must be.
It's in the Northampton
Cup, yeah.
Town FA Cup. It's not the County Cup. It's the Northampton Town FA Cup. Now, they're a different football association. It's the Northampton Town Football Association, and you've got the Northants FA. I don't know how it all fits together, but that's what it was. On Sunday afternoon, I had the pleasure of going to watch Corby Town ladies play Higham Town ladies, and I've got to say I thoroughly enjoyed my afternoon. A game that had a little bit of everything. 4 goals, penalties, sending offs. You could say that bright sunshine at Steel Park. Lovely, lovely sunny day. Bit chilly, but it was a lovely day. The game, as it went through, Corby took the lead in the first half. Great finish. Absolutely delighted. Phil would have been delighted with that. Probably weren't so good in the first half, but they managed to score. Higham, on the other hand, played quite well, looked like they were trying to get in behind Corby, and did on a number of occasions, and that's eventually how their equaliser came just before half-time. Into the second half. The second half was completely different. Corby dominated the game. They looked more likely to score, and early on in the second half they did. They managed to recycle a ball, and it was put into the box. It wasn't dealt with, hit the post, and yeah, great finish, to be honest. And that put Corby 2-1 ahead. They had a couple of chances after that. One gilt-edged chance, really, that if they buried that, it would have been 3-1, and I think probably that might have been the game over. But unfortunately, they didn't manage to do that. Didn't register a shot at all on goal in the second half, that I can remember anyway. There was a lot of play in the middle of the park, but Corby just had the better of it. They were the better team in the second half, and they looked the more likely to go on and win it. That was until there was a corner for Higham, The ball was put into the box, and I can only describe there was a bit of a melee. A few bodies went over. The referee's position wasn't the best from what I could see, and unfortunately for Corby, he gave the penalty. Not only did he give the penalty, but he gave a red card also. The Higham player was unable to place the penalty into the net, and that was 2 each. The game played out. Not a lot happened after that, to be honest, and we went to penalties. Penalty shootout was very, very exciting. It finished 5-4 to Corby on penalties. There were some good ones. There was some indifferent ones. But you've got to say, Corby never stopped fighting, and they never stopped. They always felt they had a chance. And I've got to say, well done to Chelsea Harvey, who saved 2 penalties in the shootout, and well done to her. And one was actually, you're gonna see it, and you'll probably hear it when she chips it over the bar. And if you've any doubt whether she saved it or not, well, she did, because you can hear the noise. And I've got to say, Georgina Summerfield in the first half had an excellent game, making a few good saves as well. And I'm sure Phil will be absolutely delighted now when the ladies progress and go on into the quarterfinals. We'll wait and see when the draw is made who Corby are likely to face. And that was my view on the game. And my name is Michael, and I'm behind the camera. And I'm sure you all know that by now. I'm now going to read you the match report that was put out by the ladies' team. And the headline reads like this: Still women win on penalties. In what proved to be a relentless test of character, resilience and belief, the Steel Woman produced a performance of true fighting spirit to defeat an unbeaten Higham Town ladies and book their place in the quarterfinals of the NTFA Cup. With a depleted squad and the odds firmly stacked against them, the task was never going to be easy. The first half was tense and fiercely contested. Despite struggling at times to find their usual rhythm, the Steel Woman took an early lead, only for Higham to respond, and the sides went into the break level at 1 each. The second half was nothing short of outstanding, as Michael has already explained. Even after being reduced to 10 players, the Steel Woman rose to the occasion. Confidence surged, the tempo lifted, and the football on display was exceptional. Higham were completely held at bay, failing to register a single shot in the second half, as Corby dominated the game and deservedly retaking the lead. A controversial penalty. Let's say that again. A controversial penalty allowed Higham back into the game, ending the match 2 each. Then came the moment that defined the tie. 7 brave Steel Women stepped up under immense pressure, showing composure and courage to secure a dramatic 5-4 victory and send the club into the quarterfinals of the NTFA Cup. Goals in regulation time were scored by Molly and Megan. Chelsea saved 2 penalties in the shootout. Player of the match goes to the entire team, a fearless, united group that embodied everything that means to be a Steel Woman. This was more than just a win, it was a statement. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Royal Tandoori Indian Restaurant and Takeaway, and Milux Engineering for their continued support.
So keep an eye on that for the draw and when the fixtures are happening. Now, we're here on Monday night. There's no game tonight here for the youth team, but apparently they're playing away tonight.
They're at Netherton United this evening, which is a 3G, 4G pitch. So that game will definitely be played. I think there was a draw made for the semi-final of the County Cup that Corby are in at 18s. I'm sure I saw that. If I can find the video, I'll put it in. The draw has been made, and I can't remember who we were playing. Like I say, I'll find the video, put it in. If I'm wrong, the video won't be in. Okay, so the latest update of the league table after last night's match, when Netherton beat Corby 5-3 in a really good game, and you're going to hear a few words from myself in a little bit. But the table at the moment is Huntingdon are bottom, and they have no points from 9 games. Peterborough United looks like they've been withdrawn. Corby are in 8th, and they've played 8 games and got 6 points. They've obviously lost 3 points because Peterborough pulled out. That seems to be the way this is. FC Peterborough have played 7 games and got 9 points. Stamford Young Daniels have played 11 games and got 10. Wellingborough Town under 18s. They've played 5 games and got 10 points. We get to the top 4 now. Rugby Town have played 7 games and got 11 points. Blackstones are in 3rd, and they played 5 and got 13. Harbour Town seem to be the ones that possibly are going to beat this season. They played 5 games and won all of them, so they have 15 points. But top at the moment, after playing 9 games, are Netherton after last night's result, and they have 21 points. That's how the table lies at this moment in time. We're going to have a look now to see what fixtures are coming up. As far as what I can see, Corby will have a County Cup game coming up against Urchester in a few weeks in December. That's the game to look forward to for Corby, which will be at home to Urchester in a County Cup game. Dave Pratty's match report from the game at Netherton, which finished Netherton 5, Corby 3. After knocking Netherton out of the County Cup a couple of weeks ago, we knew there would be a positive response from them. And on a wet and windy night, the hosts ran out 5-3 winners. The football gods seem to be messing with Corby lately after losing 3 players before the game and having to ask players to play out of position and with knocks. Made it a real task last night. Well done to all us 4 under-16 lads for stepping up last night and putting in a battling performance for 90 minutes. I did make some notes, but due to the rain, they are basically unreadable. But Corby opened the scoring with a shot from outside the box from seat hider. Netherton got a soft penalty to equalise, and then a second goal before half-time to make it 2-1 to the hosts. The second half saw Netherton quickly scored straight after half-time to make it 3-1. Corby got back into it with 3-2, with a cross from James Pratty to be headed in by Louis Hagan. With those players carrying early knocks, we really started to struggle. We had to make some tactical changes. This made it an open game, and then Netherton took full advantage and scored a 4th and added a definite penalty to make it 5. Corby kept at it and scored a nice goal just before the end of the game. Tommy Hooper driving at the defence and putting in a nice cross for Seat to make it 5-3. The standout player was Netherton number 7. He was a superb out on the left and caused Corby problems most of the evening. I'm hoping that with 2025 coming to an end, we can get everyone back in the new year and start getting some much needed points on the board. On Monday night, I popped all the way over to Peterborough, actually to Netherton United, to watch Corby under-18s play a league game. having played Netherton a few weeks ago and beaten them to knock them out of the County Cup. You would think that it was going to be a tough night and Netherton would be out to get revenge. Proved to be a very exciting game, lots of free-flowing football. Both sides had numerous chances, but perhaps over the 90 minutes, Netherton had just a slightly little bit too much. Corby had to make a number of changes, including 3 late ones in the afternoon of the match itself. Now, I've got to say, when it started off, the wind was howling and everything was getting blown about quite badly. Well, it got even worse in the second half because the rain came. And it came. And I actually used my new rain cover. And I've used it a couple of times now. And I was out in the open with no stand or no cover or nothing. So I put my cover on and I got absolutely soaking wet. But you know what? The camera didn't. Absolutely brilliant piece of kit. And I'm delighted to have it as part of my arsenal now so I can continue to film in all weathers. Back to the game. Corby, I thought, played really well last night, and although finding it hard at times against the league leaders, they still battled their way, they defended very well, and were unfortunate really, Netherton, to get back on terms after Corby going ahead through seat hider. It seemed like a soft penalty to me, but the referee gave it, and that's the way that goes sometimes. Corby keeper had a great game, really must be chuffed with himself, made a few good saves, fantastic from him. A number of the Corby lads stood out for me as well. Don't know all the names, but they were to be noticed for sure. Corby came close on a number of occasions, but were very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate indeed.
As I said earlier, December, very busy month for the Steelmen. We're playing here on the 6th versus Shepshed. We're playing here on, that will be the 10th on the Wednesday.
Rugby Borough.
Against Rugby Borough. We are then away on the 13th versus Lichfield in the league. We, of course, went there earlier in the season, played them in the trophy. The Wednesday after that, what's that, the 17th? Is that right? Must be. 13th, 7th. I believe that's the date, yeah, because the night after I'm going to see the Wonder Stuff in Birmingham. So that Wednesday, I believe we must be playing the game that we didn't play last weekend.
Coleshill.
Yeah. So that's on. Then we are playing on Boxing Day, which is the day after the 25th, which is a Friday, and we're playing away at Bourne. There's no game on the Saturday, but we are playing on New Year's Day, and we're here at Steel Park, and we're playing Diamonds. That game is a 1 o'clock kickoff.
Bourne have a mascot. His name is Jason.
Really? I don't think that's true, but hey, is it the Bourne incident? I bought a car once and I got it from the auctions at Bourne.
Did you?
Yeah. And I looked at the route to Bourne because obviously you could go through Stamford. I would suggest don't do that. You turn off just after the cement factory place, Ketton, and go. I think then you go across country and underneath the A1, come up the other side to through Castleton. But have a look at that. It's your way of getting there. I don't think there's a bus going because it's a bank holiday, but easy to get to. I think it's only 28 mile away.
I don't know. I haven't looked.
So that's what's on. And does that mean that must be the 20? Yeah, there's no game around the 30th, so we're back in there. And then we're away on New Year's Day, aren't we? No, New Year's Day we're here for the Diamonds at 1 o'clock kickoff. Yeah. So, very busy month of December. Hopefully, we will get all the games on because we need people coming through the turnstiles, and that was a point that Gary made in the interview post-match on Saturday. Have you listened to that?
I always listen, mate. Sorry, Chuck, I always listen, especially when I'm not there, but I always listen to your interviews anyway.
And he did certainly point that, say, get up here Saturday. We're on a really big attendance. We know it's going to be cold, but these club shop will be open. There are hats. There are scarves. There is the new, have you seen this? The new retro kit.
It's not available to buy yet, is it? Have they put it on sale?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I would presume he's taking orders.
Whether or not you're going to get it for the end of the month, I don't know, but I would like to think you should do. And hopefully we've got some sponsors coming in to talk to us as well. So if you are out there listening and thinking this would be a useful kind of tool for you to come on and talk about your deal with the club, the partnership that you have with Corby Town, please get in contact with us. Usual kind of information, info@corbytown.co.uk, or contact one of us. It's not a real problem at all. But
yes,
football this week. Looking forward to it. Big game.
I was at a big game last week.
Where was that?
Well, I did a deal with my missus.
Oh dear.
The deal was very simply, I said, we can go to your gig on Saturday night. We were going anyway.
Because she's a Pink Floyd fan.
Oh, massive. Yeah, Janice is from Pink Floyd, and I actually enjoyed it. You know, I'm not that kind of music, but I enjoyed it. They were really good. On Thursday night, I went to a historic football match where Forest played Malmo. And they had all the Forest legends and Malmo, and the original captain on the night for Malmo. He was there before the game, and they brought them on the pitch, and it was a good night. I enjoyed it.
That's for anybody who doesn't know, that's who Forest played and beat with a 1-0 victory by Trevor Francis in, I don't know, 80s?
79. I just want to reiterate, it was in the last week's podcast, Ruben Marshall won with his chip for the goal of the season. He won the August to October. So Ruben won that. Well done, Ruben.
You could play that goal here.
Yeah.
What a great goal that was then. So, and more of that will come over the rest of the following season, I'm sure. So are we about done?
We are about done. Oh, just one question. There wasn't any storming goals on Saturday, was there?
Storming goals?
That could be entered into the competition.
Well, I think both goals were well taken. I think Reece Kelly's goal, he ran onto it well. He got a touch on it, put it in the back of the net. The other goal by Tomlinson, he did an awful lot of work. He touched it far too many times, but then put it into the back of the net. So they're good goals you can put forward for the next role.
So my appeal to you is, if you were at the game and you have copies of any of those goals, then please send them in to...
Yeah, get in contact with the club or me, or just send them to info@corbytown.co.uk, and we'll pick them up somewhere. But...
I can only enter goals in the competition that I filmed unless they come from somewhere else, because it needs to be put in front of a panel. And if I don't have a copy of it, then, so...
I did film the penalty. I've got that, but of course it was saved. And it would seem that would be more of a win for the home team than it would have been for Harrah. But not only that, frankly, from my position at the back of the stand, there was a pole right down the middle of the screen from a supporting beam for the roof. So yeah, it probably doesn't look that good. But if anybody wants to see it, I can certainly share it.
Yes.
So all we've got to say then is, if you've enjoyed this podcast for Corby Town TV, thank you very much. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification button. There is another button, isn't there? I've forgotten it, but hit all the buttons like we try to do every week. And also,
don't forget to follow us on all the other social media channels: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm not doing that. It's Twitter.
And
don't forget to go to the website, because it's a really good place to be.
It's the best place. And if you really need an up-to-date list of all the fixtures. They are on the pin to the top of the Twitter account, and or you can go to the website and they're on there as well. But in the meantime, my name's been Chuck, and you've been
Harry.
Thanks, and we will see you, no doubt, in football.